Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Andy. Andy is from England in the UK. So let's see what Andy has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Andy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Very well, very well.
So, tell me, how was your day today?
Uh, Stressful, very stressful. I currently just opened a gym to help
I
disabled children. So it's funding isn't going my way at the moment. So we're trying to raise a lot of money to keep the gym open.
I
So that's it's a bit
such
stressful.
it's a challenge happening right
Very,
now.
very, very.
So, tell me where you're from, Andy.
I'm from County Durham, which is the northeast of England.
How far are you from London?
From London, I would say 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours.
I see. And that's the place where you're born and raised?
I was born and raised in Bishop Auckland, County Durham, yes.
Oh, wow. And tell me something interesting about your town where you live right now, your city.
So County Durham is quite a historical place. You know,
Okay,
it is very historical. So that's what I would say about County Durham. Um, yeah, it's- County Durham. The word I would use would be historical.
amazing. Okay, and so I'd like to start the interview talking about your career as a professional cage fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was checking your profile a little bit, I could see some videos there. So to walk me through a little bit about the journey, how everything started.
So I grew up in children's homes. You know, I didn't have parents.
Yeah.
I was bullied quite a lot.
Right,
You know, to a severe level.
right.
Um, and I became a father at 15-year-old.
Wow.
And I remember holding my daughter for the first time, and my daughter Alicia, and I thought to myself, how can I protect you if I cannot protect myself? So I then snapped. So I went bang, and then I became a bit of a bully myself. Um,
Okay.
and then so I didn't want to become that bully, so I balanced it out, and I found a level ground with fighting. And for the demons that was in my head from my past, from my childhood, from
Yeah.
being bullied, I found that fighting give me that place of peace.
Oh, somebody came in. I'm just going to stop for a bit. Just
Now,
who is that? Who
Jin,
is that?
that's my son.
Hello.
Right, Jin, you might have to stay. I found a level ground with fighting. So I wasn't prepared to be bullied, but I wasn't prepared to become the bully. So I found level ground with becoming a fighter, and it helped me release the demons that I had,
Wow.
from past trauma, as to say.
Amazing. Oh wow. Yes, I was checking your profile a bit and I could see some of your fights over there. And tell me, since you started, do you still are you still fighting or not? Nowadays, you're just in a different path.
So no, so I'm not allowed to fight. If I take another hit to the head, it could possibly kill me.
Oh
So
wow.
now I've opened a gym to become a coach because I've been doing this for 20 years, and it's a hard thing to just walk away from.
Right.
So I've become a coach to not only train fighters, I want to train disabled children. So I do two types of things in my gym. One being knife crime and one being disabled children. The
Okay.
knife crime, I offer anyone in the County Durham area an opportunity to, if they hand a knife in to us, to my gym, I will anonymously take it to the police station, hand
Right.
that weapon in, and I will offer that person a free week of training just to give them that bug to try and get them off the street into the gym. And
Wow.
if I can do that, I've saved two people's lives.
That's amazing. Oh wow.
And then the second one is disabled children. So, children with autism, children with Down syndrome. Um, they feel I feel that a lot of the children like that are singled out, and they're not
Mhm.
given the same opportunity to feel part of as a team as what other children are.
Right.
And what's to say that them children are not sitting at home thinking, I wish I could do that. Well, now you can. So I offer free training to any disabled child for life.
Wow.
I want
That's
them to feel like a part of a team.
that's amazing, Andy. And you have a lot of people that they are part of your gym as well?
Yeah, well, we've only been open for a month and a half, so we are starting slow, but we do have quite a lot of like special education children,
Wow.
which it is getting busy, but obviously we need all the help we can get. So we're trying to get as much funding to stay open, because obviously, you know, it's cost a lot of money. So
Amazing. I just hope people watch this interview right now. Somehow they would like to somehow connect to support as well
thank
your,
you,
I
much
think,
appreciated. Thank you.
for sure. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Let's go.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Let's do it. Okay, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Amazing. Right. Tell me, I know I already checked your profile and I know you're a married man, but what was your worst first date that you ever been on?
Worst first date. I think it probably was a catfish. I got catfished. They, they didn't look anything like the picture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And the opposite, what's the best first date that you ever been on?
the first time I met my wife.
Wow. So tell me, how did your path cross?
My wife, so we met on social media,
Uh-huh.
and I I was asking her to take her. I asked to take her on a date quite a few times. She's no, 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 and she finally gave in, and I took her on a date, and it become the most best decision I ever made in my life. My wife is my queen. I adore my wife.
Wow. Okay, so your wife is watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say?
Thank you for coming into my life. I love you now. I love you forever, unconditionally, and I'll give you my word on that. I swear, I love you, sweetheart.
Oh, beautiful. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Andy from England, talking about love. Tell me, what does love mean to you?
Sorry, what does what?
What does love mean to you?
What does love mean to me? Connection.
Yeah.
Connection is must. You know, love is. You don't have to be around that person 24/7, you know,
Mhm.
to know that the connection's there. You know, that is it's connection, and loyalty is a must. You know, if loyalty, trust, and connection is how I would describe the word love.
Do you believe that there are different kinds of love?
Yes, 100%. I love my wife
Mhm.
unconditionally, but I love my children unconditionally. It's a total different love.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think there are different loves, and all of them they come from a very good, very special place. I think when you
Yeah,
feel the butterflies in your tummy, that's the
yeah.
meaning of love for sure. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Right. So before the next question, tell me, what's the biggest joy? What was the biggest joy for you when you were a fighter? What did you like the most about the journey? And the flip sides, what did you find most challenging about your career at the time?
So the best, my best memories of being a fighter was there's not one, there's numerous. Um, I I traveled the world. I seen different parts of the world. You know, I met some fantastic human beings, some friends who I still know today for life. And fighting saved my life. If it wasn't for fighting, I would not be here. No chance I would be here. You know, I was too broken. If that, I was a broken human being before fighting, but fighting fixed me. So, you know, it's, my saying is, I have a saying that I always say, every fighter has an untold story. Every fighter has an untold story. Now, the negatives to that fighting is your health.
Wow.
You know, your health is put on the line. So one of the benefits I got from fighting, one of the most best memories I have, is every fight I had for the last 7 years of fighting, I dedicated them fights to individual children, and I raised money for them, and everything I earned on that fight, I'd send that little child who was suffering from some kind of illness, I'd send them to Disneyland. So I wouldn't take anything from it. But I took the best thing in the world. That child, that the smile on that child's face meant more to me than any pound coin. You know,
Wow.
so that was a major part of the benefit side. But again, I'm putting my life on the line, you know, because all it takes is one punch, you know, and look at the, you know, I had 180 fights in total. Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't, I fought in quite a lot of disciplines. I fought professional boxing. I fought in professional MMA. I done professional K1, and then I ended my career in bare knuckle. So I've done quite a lot. So hence why, you know, I lost my hearing. I have epilepsy, and I have recently just had brain surgery due to a prolapsed brain. So,
wow. And through those years when you were fighting, did you always had like different preparation for it or not? All of them, they were almost the same preparation for you to get to the point when you're ready to fight?
So yes and no. So there was a lot of time in my career where I didn't train. I just took it as I'm having a fight this weekend, let's just go and do it. But I didn't take it quite seriously enough. But at the end of the career, I started taking it very serious, and then started training. And I was training with some of the best coaches ever, you know, in the UK. So it was a mixed emotion for different fights, to be honest.
I see. Okay. Next question is, what do you miss the most from your childhood, and why?
What do I miss most from my childhood?
Yes.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I miss nothing from my childhood. I think the only thing I missed was the opportunity to, you know, to see my brother. My brother sadly passed away. So I think the only thing I miss from my childhood is my brother. Other than that, it's so many dark areas. It's a place of evilness and a place of demons. So it's not a place I would want to go back to or relive.
Wow. I'm gonna ask a tough question for you right now. By the way, thanks for sharing, Andy. I think those, you know, situations in life in the past, it's something that you didn't choose, just happened to you. It's something that was there. My question for you is, if you had a superpower, knowing the person you are today, would you erase that time of your life, or would you keep it, knowing the person you are today?
So I get asked this question quite a lot. And my answer is, I would not change anything in my life. I went through it for a reason. Despite whether it was good, despite whether it was bad or good, or, you know, I had to go through that to survive.
Wow. Yeah, I think those moments, when I'm sure when you're growing up, you didn't understand much because, you know, you didn't have the knowledge. But when you look back, you go like, you know what? Now I understand why I went through that.
Yeah, 100%.
Great. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, of course, checking again your profile, I could see that you are a granddad as well.
Yes.
Wow, my God, I could never tell. I could never tell. So tell me,
Yes.
what's the biggest joy of being a grandparent, a granddad?
Being I think, you know, when my daughter told me I was going to be a granddad, I was more, I don't know, I wasn't happy. I was happy. But, you know, when my two grandsons, Paddy and Roman, um, they, it's strange. It's a strange feeling, but it was in one of the nights because I realized that my daughter had made it as a woman.
Uh-huh.
So, and to see my daughter grown up, I mean, I have four children and four stepchildren as well. So, to see my daughter
Big family,
grown up,
big family, yes.
there's a few. Yeah, so but it was no, it was I think the nicest part of being a granddad was seeing my daughter become a mom, you know, and a
Uh-huh.
fantastic mom she is. So yeah, I think that was, but I love my grandchildren. They have me life.
Oh, amazing. Next question is, what is your favorite place in the entire world and why?
Favorite place in the entire world. It's got to be anywhere as long as my wife is there. And you could put me in a field with nothing, or you could put me in the middle of Dubai with the richest men in the world. It
Mhm.
means nothing if she's not there. If my children are safe and my wife is with me, it'll put me anywhere you want in the world. So
Wow,
I don't really have a favorite place. My favorite place is my safe place with my wife and family and children.
wow. Tell me something. You always have this personality of being very caring and very protective.
Uh, because I wasn't.
Hmm.
And it literally goes down to I want to show. I mean, my parents aren't alive, but I want to show not the world. If I can show the world, then fair enough. But
Yeah.
I want to show that this is how it's done. This is
Hmm.
how you look after your children. I mean, I will take my shirt off my back if it meant, and I'd sell it just to make sure my children have food on the table. And you know, I'd work 24 hours a day if I needed to, if that's what I needed to do.
Wow. Of course, it's visible in your face, your beautiful tattoos and around your body. So tell me, which one is the very first one you ever had? The second part of the question is, which one is the latest one? And the third part of the question is, which one is the most meaningful one?
Right. So the first ever tattoo I had was Alicia, my first daughter.
Wow.
That was Alicia in 1999. I think I was 15-year-old when I got it. That was, and it's still there, the
So
pride.
yeah.
So yeah, that was that. My most recent one was so my wife's mother sadly passed away 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And as a little tribute to her and honor to my wife, I got a family tree on my calf with my mother-in-law's name down my leg.
Oh wow.
So just a little tribute to honor my mother-in-law. So
Which one is are you planning for the next one?
yes, I've already got it done. I'm covered. I am covered.
And this one in your face, I quite like this one, but between what's the meaning behind? Yeah, like, what's the meaning
So
behind one?
it has, this here is a cross with a rose on top, and it says unbreakable.
Wow. Tell me something, and when you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Andy?
My heart. Because
Why is that?
I will do anything for anyone, even
Hmm.
when I shouldn't. Even when I shouldn't, I still will. I I don't. I'll do anything for anyone. I literally, if you could ring me at 3 o'clock in the morning if you need me, I'm there. I'm a very honest, good friend. You know, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I think if anything, it'd be I've got so much love. You
Wow.
know,
I've got goosebumps saying that, and because I totally understand your point. I think I even feel a bit emotional because, I think the way you grew up and I think this love was building up around your childhood, around your life, that now you just want to explode the most you can. I totally understand your point. Wow.
Thank you.
Saying that, what's your star sign astrology?
Sorry?
Your star sign astrology.
It was my star sign. I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. So you are in January or December?
January.
January. Wow. My sister is Capricorn, actually. My sister. Very
Capricorn.
stubborn. Very stubborn. Yeah.
Sorry.
Very stubborn.
Very stubborn.
Yeah.
I can be. Do you know what? I've got the biggest heart in the world, but I can be. I've got the other side as well.
I know. My sister exactly the same. 2 questions left. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Before the next question, tell me the very first fight you ever had since you became a professional fighter, and tell me the last one.
So the first one I had, I'm not going to use bad language, but I was shaking in my boots. I thought, what on earth am I doing? Why couldn't I have stuck in at school and become a lawyer or something like that? But I remember the first time I was punched in the face, I thought, I love this. This is where I need to be.
Wow.
And the last fight I had, I come out of retirement. I'd retired 5 years because of my hearing. I lost my hearing of fighting. So when I lost my hearing, the doctor said don't fight again because it could completely kill your hearing. But me being the stubborn person I am, no one tells. I say when I'm quitting. I say when I'm ready to quit. And I just thought there was one more page to. There was what I needed to close the book myself. So I came out of retirement after 5 years, and I went in for a fight for a world title, and I won. So
tell me a little bit about that fight. That was the last one that you became #1.
So the last fight was on was one of my friends' shows. I just had to do it. Training was really hard. Obviously, I'd been out 5 years. My body wasn't used to the training again. I ripped my calf muscle 5 times, I think, in training camp. And then it turned out I had this brain injury while I was fighting. So the doctor said if I'd have got hit in the fight, it probably would have killed us. But luckily, I didn't get hit once in the head. So winning that, it was finalized for me. That's it. Now I can say I'm done, and that's it.
You just felt it. It was the time. You just felt naturally.
I had to do it. Yeah, it's just the universe. The universe has got its way of telling you when to do things, and that was my time to do it.
Amazing. Okay. Next question is, what's the best compliment I've ever received?
I've ever received? Well,
yeah.
You're going to think I'm sloppy here, but how beautiful my wife is. People comment on my teeth quite a lot.
I'm sure the guys, they don't make, because they're scared of you. When they look at you, they go like, okay, let's be careful to mention anything.
No, I think it is, to be honest. I mean, the best compliment I have is, again, it goes back to what we've already spoke about. It's, I get a lot of compliments like about how beautiful my wife is, how amazing my children are. But I think that is probably one of the best compliments I've ever had, to tell me that, all my children are very well mannered. My children are nice people. That is a compliment that any father wants to hear.
I see.
And I think that's probably one of the best compliments I've ever had, about that, that I feel like I've done a good job as a father, I think.
Okay. Now I'm going to put the question a different way. And tell me now a compliment that someone was direct to you that you felt like, oh, that's quite nice to hear.
Sorry, say that again.
Like,
sorry.
Tell me a compliment that it was direct to you, that you felt like, okay, I felt, okay, that feels nice.
Um, don't know, you know. I honestly, I think it's just that I'm a nice person. I'm kind.
Okay,
That
okay,
I'm quite kind because again, I do anything for anyone. So I think probably as people say I'm kind, and I'm like, oh, I appreciate that.
beautiful. Okay, last question. Ready?
Yep.
Do it. Last one. You like dancing, Andy?
No, I can't dance. That's why I became a fighter.
I love it. Right. So before the last question, people watching this interview right now, maybe they would like to become a fighter as well. Tell me
Yeah.
what's the best piece of advice.
Train hard, find a great team, find a great, a great coach, a great team behind you. Um, don't don't go in thinking it's all sunshine and rainbows. It's hard. It's be prepared for hell, but when you come out when you win your fight, it's so much worth it. Just like I say, I think my best bit of advice is train hard, find the best coach, find the best team, and listen. That is the most important thing to anyone. Listen to what your team say, listen to what your coaches say. They're a coach for a reason, and they'll have your best interests.
Amazing. Last question is, what makes you really angry?
I think really not now anyway. No, last time. So I think it's when people inflict pain on others.
Mhm.
I don't like it. That when people try and hurt people,
Okay.
and like what children being hurt.
Yeah.
I hate it. That really hurts me. Women being hurt, that hurts
Absolutely.
me. The word I'm trying to use is, oh God, there's so much pain in the world. There's
Yeah.
so much. Everyone wants to hurt someone, and that
Yeah.
angers me. It really does. If someone's doing bad, people laugh. If
Yeah.
people's doing good, they hate it. So
I see.
there's just so much hate in the world. My wife touches my hand, and it feels like peace in a world full of hate. Do you know? It's because this is my bubble. And inside my bubble, it's full of love, it's family love, but outside of that bubble, the world is just not, there's enough love around the world
Totally.
to share, you know what I mean? So,
Understand. Yeah, I think the world we live right now, it can be a bit tough sometimes. And the opposite of the question, what makes you the happiest, make you smile?
you got, again, my wife and my
I knew you'd
children,
say that. I knew it.
my wife and my children, what makes me smile is when, you know, when my children ring us, hi dad, it's normally dad, can I have something? But hey, that's the joys of being a dad. You know, I love seeing children happy in the gym where we're trying to build. I see children come in, I see them walk away with a smile. That makes me, my wife, she makes me smile. All my children, Saul, Jaden, Alicia, and Nia, and all my stepchildren, they all, they're complete.
It brings the best of you for sure.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they bring the, well, hey,
It's part of it.
yeah, but no, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Amazing. Okay, so on the end yet, let's play now the word association game. I'm going to give away some words, just one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? Let's start with money.
Greed.
Family.
Love.
Fear.
Face it.
Life.
Enjoy it.
Love.
Embrace it.
Religion.
God.
Friendship.
Everything.
Desire.
My wife.
Regret.
No such thing.
Success.
It's what it's all about.
Wow. Wish.
Wish. Hope.
Happiness.
Forever.
One word for England.
One word for England. The king.
Wow. And the last one now, professional cage fighter. One word.
Andy Connor.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your wife for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Andy in one positive and one negative word only. What she would say about you?
My wife, well, I can get her up and she can tell you herself if you want. One positive, good husband.
Okay.
Positive is a good husband. Negative is probably is lazy.
Love it. I love the honesty. Let's play now, Andy, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before you ask me the question, Andy, of course, as you mentioned before, you had so many fights, yeah, like over 100. Tell me one of those fights that you're never gonna forget, that for one reason or another, you're always gonna remember.
It was a guy who I fought, he's called Disco Dave. He was a very well-known fighter. He was, and it was a bare knuckle fight. And I went into that fight and I was so sure I'd lost the fight. But I pulled something out of my pocket and I hit him, but I hit him that hard, I broke his face. And I regret that but it's the sport that we're in. It's what we're there to do,
Sure.
It's like a footballer tackling another footballer and snapping his leg. It's a sport we're in. So
Sure.
I think I hit him that hard. I broke his face. Now, that will the sound of the bones breaking. It's still on record. It's on YouTube. It's the sound of them bones breaking. I'll never ever unhear that sound, and it'll stick with me forever. I think. But I think it's positive because I won the fight in such a in such a good way, because it was a knockout. Yep. But it was a negative as well, because it's kind of like, well, I don't really want to inflict that much pain on people.
I see. And he recovered afterwards. He kind of recovered, yeah.
Yeah, he recovered well. I think he fought again. I'm not sure if he's fought recently, but he was a nice guy. We became friends afterwards.
Oh my God, that's a good part. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So every person who I fought, nearly every person who I've completely fought, I've become so close with.
I think that's the beauty of it, because when you are there, you're just doing the fight, you know what I mean? But as soon as finish, it's a different story.
Yes, 100%.
It's amazing. Okay, and you can ask me a question now.
So if you had one wish, in life,
well,
what would you like?
You know what? I'm gonna answer this question in two parts. I'm gonna answer this question based in our interview with you and me, and the second part, something that comes to my mind. The first part of my answer would be, if I wish that they would be more open-minded about the world, about everything, I think we'd be in a good place right now. Because sometimes we have things in our life that we don't understand, including you and me as well. There's taboos that sometimes we just don't understand. However, if we respect, if we some goal, you know what? I don't understand, but I'm gonna respect. Yeah. But I think that's something I wish I'd had. And the other part of the question, based in our conversation, I think I wish that not any children or any women or any animals would be hurt, you know what I mean, for any way, you know what I mean? There was nothing that the animals, children and women, because somehow, they're vulnerable. I believe that women, they are even stronger than us. However, They are very strong. However, I think they are very fragile, and and it's sad to see some news sometimes that you heard that some people hurt them or men. I think that's something that I wish I could stop somehow.
Yeah.
I think would be based on our conversation for sure. Yeah, that's my answer for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy. Did you enjoy the interview, Andy?
Yes, it's been a pleasure. It's I enjoy talking to. I get asked to do this quite a lot, but I get a vibe from people where sometimes they're just the arrogance or they're gonna just ask stupid questions. However, with you, you seem like a very, very nice, likable human being.
Thank you so much.
And very respectful, and so I really appreciate that. It's been an honor.
Thanks so much. I think it's amazing to see. Thanks again for being so open and talking about your memories in life. I think it's part of healing and helping others as well.
100%.
And I think it's amazing. Thanks again. I know you've been a bit, stressed out with our things, and you took the time for the interview. Appreciate that.
Hey, don't worry.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I think is one, don't take life for granted. All right, we're not promised tomorrow. All right, going off my wife sadly losing her mother, and I've lost my family. Try to remember, yes, it hurts, but remember, you don't have to die with the dead. Your life matters just as, your life matters. So please don't die with the dead. If people's out there who's lost someone, remember that your life matters too. Surround yourself with positive people. I'm a big believer of, if you put a bad apple in a fruit bowl full of good apples, they all become rotten. You are your surroundings, and the other thing will be, if you are in some kind of predicament where you need help, the main thing I'm going to say is ask, talk, and communicate, and never ever feel alone, because you never ever feel alone. No one is alone. And the last one I would probably say is, if there's people out there, you could have nothing in the world at all. You could own nothing, but there's one thing you can always do, and that's help, because all someone needs is a hand. If you reach out and help someone with a hand, you've started.
Amazing. Very good. I love the message. Regards to your wife, to your kids and friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay. Thanks again for the interview. Okay.
God bless you, mate. Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye now. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.